Hello, and welcome back to the Social Biz Breakdown, where we talk about all things social media and social media management. Today, I want to talk about creating and maintaining a content calendar for better organization and planning when it comes to your social media management business or for just your own social media. A successful social media management, in an essence, is like a well orchestrated symphony of content that resonates with your audience. So that's a lot of words. Ultimately, what it means is you want to be providing quality, engaging content that your audience is going to resonate with. So, to ensure that there's that harmony in that content, it is extremely crucial to have a comprehensive content calendar in place. There's so many times that I either start with a new client or I'm working with a student and they just don't have that content calendar or pillars or ideas in one spot. And it really hinders that production and just helping them build out that social media content. A content calendar can really streamline your workflow, keep you and your client, or if you have a team, in sync, and just making sure that you're providing and having consistent and high content quality or high quality content delivered. So let's break it down. What is a content calendar? So, a content calendar, or some people I've heard them say editorial calendar. I don't hear that much, but I just wanted to throw that out. Is technically visual workflow that schedules and plans your content strategy over a specific period of time. I always like to do a month at a time. A lot of people like to have a yearly plan. It's completely up to you and how you want to do it, but essentially, that's what it is. So, this can include blog posts, social media updates, newsletters, podcasts, or any other form of content that your business or your client's business is going to produce and put out there to their audience. So it's very important to make sure that you have something like that because it gives you a very good visual. It makes you or helps you understand what is going to be happening. So let's talk about the importance of a content calendar. Number one, why it's important: organization. Organization is huge, you guys. A content calendar provides a very clear overview of what's going to be posted, when it's going to be posted, what platforms it's going to be posted to. So, this organization really helps you avoid those last minute freakouts or scrambles that you might be having for what content needs to go out or any missed posting opportunities. If you've ever been in that situation where you're like, oh my gosh, did this go out? Or what was I supposed to be creating? That is what that content calendar is hopefully going to help you avoid by keeping you organized and knowing when something is going to be happening and where it will be happening. The number two reason for the importance of a content calendar is consistently. The number two thing that is most important when it comes to a content calendar is consistency. I drill this into my students' heads in the social biz breakdown about how you want to help your clients stay consistent on social media. And that's what a content calendar can help you do. It helps with regularly posting content that is key to your audience for engaging and growing. It really helps ensure that you are scheduling posts in advance and making sure that you're hitting that mark. So, consistency is key. Number three is quality control. A lot of people miss this part, but by planning ahead, you can actually allocate some time for that content creation and ensuring that quality isn't compromised because you're rushing and trying to get something out there. So, by having that content calendar, you're able to make sure that you're providing your audience with the best content that you can create and that quality that they expect. The fourth reason for the importance of a content calendar is team collaboration. So, whether you have a large team that you're working with or it's just you one on one with your client, having that shared content calendar allows all your team members or you and your client to see what's coming up, what you're going to be talking about, promoting that better collaboration and avoiding those duplications of work or just that like unsure feeling of what's going on, what's happening. So that is the importance of a content calendar. I highly recommend that everybody have one. Again, I talk about it in my course that it's extremely important to have a content calendar that you and your client can share so that you can see that they have the whole picture of what's going to be going out on their social media. So, next, I want to talk about how to actually create a content calendar. So, again, I go in depth on this in my course, and I do have a special platform, or I go in depth on this in my course and talk about the platform that I use with each and every one of my clients because it's free and it's easy. So, we'll just jump right into that. Is one, how to create your content calendar is first choosing a platform. There are so many platforms that you could be using to help with this, and a lot of them are just the scheduler platforms out there or project management platforms. There are so many that you could be using, or you can be using a simple spreadsheet. I personally use Trello with each and every one of my clients. They can see when their posts will be posting, they can see the copy, they can see the graphic, they can approve everything within Trello. And again, I use Trello because it's free, it's easy, and my clients, if they've never used it before, they catch on real quick. You can use Asana, you can use ClickUp, you can use CoSchedule, you can use Sprout Social. I like I said, I love Trello, but you can choose one that suits your team's needs and your budget, and again, your client's needs. Number two on how to create that content calendar is determine your content mix. What I mean by this is what are you going to be posting? Does your client like to post static posts? Do they like to do reels? Are you going to be doing blogs? What are you going to be doing? So you want to make sure that you're identifying that type of content that's really going to resonate with your audience, and your client should know this, but you want to make sure that you know that. Again, it could be like educational articles, industry news. You might be promoting something. Maybe you want to show your social proof, so posting customer testimonials, whatever it is. You can determine that content mix, and that can be put into your content calendar. Number three, plan your posting schedule. So, again, determine how often you want to post, when you'll be posting that content. If there are certain times of the day that are best for that, you can check analytics to see when the audience is most online on those platforms. And then this will depend on your resources, audience behaviors, like I just mentioned, and what platforms you're using. So determining that posting schedule is very important. So what time you're posting on Facebook could be completely different to what time you're posting on Instagram and or TikTok. The fourth one is brainstorming content ideas. Your content calendar is a great way to brainstorm future content or future ideas that you want to talk about or keep track of special promotions or sales or launch dates or whatever it is that you are going to be talking about on social media. Be sure to consider key dates or events that are relevant to your client's industry or your niche. That way, you just have them right there. You can grab them, say, hey, in September, we talked about this needs to go out. It's already in your content calendar, and you can just get it earmarked for a certain date and time, and you're ready to go. The fifth one is to fill your calendar. So, this is obviously the very last step after you've done all the other ones, but you want to start populating your calendar with your content ideas. Does your client have a pillar? Do they have pillars that they want to talk about? Do they like really educational posts? This is where you're going to fill that in and making sure that you're putting everything that's relevant, the publishing date, where it's going, what it's going to say, what the graph is going to be in that calendar. So that is how you're going to create your content calendar. Now let's talk about actually maintaining that content calendar. So when I say that, a lot of people get confused. Like, well, isn't that what I'm already doing? Yes, you 100% are, but it's equally important to update and maintain this on a weekly, daily, whatever you guys decide between you and your client, whatever is most important to them and you. So let's talk about some key points here. And what I mean by that is you want to review that content calendar regularly. So set a time each week, for example, to review the content calendar to make sure that you don't need to make any necessary adjustments, that everything is going out, everything is scheduled. Have some sort of check and balance. That way, you know that your content calendar is working efficiently. Number two, you want to analyze the performance of your posts. So using analytics to really understand like what types of content perform best and then putting that in your content calendar so you can use that data to refine your content strategy down the road. Number three, you also want to encourage team input or client input. So making sure that your content calendar is accessible to everyone so they can contribute ideas throughout the month after everything has been scheduled. That way you have a better jump on the next month. And the last one is just planning ahead. I am a huge advocate for planning ahead as much as you can or as much as you see fit. So I like to do a month at a time. That gives me enough wiggle room in my business and my clients' businesses where I feel like I'm not falling behind. They're comfortable with what's going on their social media platforms. And it gives you ample time to create that high quality, educational, entertaining content that you need to put out on social media. To wrap it up, a well maintained content calendar can be a game changer, you guys, for your social media management efforts. It may require a little bit of investment of time and resources at the very beginning, but the payoff in terms of an improved organization, better quality content, and more efficient collaboration between you and your client makes it well worth it. So go on, head out there, create your content calendar, and start plugging in that high quality content that your audience is used to seeing from you.